I guess, what mood you're in, who you want to be. But yeah, rebounding wing, if you build them right, might be the best. They can defend, long, shoot. Yeah, that's what I go with.
What's your favorite Celtic?
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. The bright lights and tall buildings of downtown Los Angeles setting the scene for us here tonight. Welcome everyone to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche IGNBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. This is Kevin Harlow, Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Eldridge. A special treat for our viewers tonight. One-time league MVP Shaquille O'Neal is in the house and with us courtside. Shaq, great to see you.
Kevin, I love your voice. That didn't even sound right when you said that. One-time league MVP.
That does not sound right.
That's right. It should be 3.
How can that be?
Because they stole it from me twice and gave it to the great Steve Nash. But anyway, it's good to be here, guys. I love you guys. I just wanted to say that on national TV. One-time league MVP.
At the worst, co-MVP.
I mean, the most dominant player ever with only one MVP.
That makes no sense. The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. Look at the Lakers earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And of course, the Clippers. They're just sitting one spot down right underneath.
And I think for the Lakers, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Robinson is out there with Doncic. And there's Davis, and it's Bridges, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And for the Lakers, Chris Paul is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Harris. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. Shot clock at 6. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Here's Valanciunas. And Davis sends it back. Doncic against Paul. Doncic right side. Davis the pass to Bridges. On the wing, Doncic. Here's the teardrop, and it's good on the layup. Doncic has got the opening basket of the game for the Clippers. And it's the Lakers' ball. Check, we talk about the motor of a player like Russell and Westbrook. And we also have some bigs who really get after it. And I'm sure you've got some guys that stand out in your mind in the game now who stand out in that category.
Let's see, Montrezl Harrell.
Oh, yes.
Domantas Sabonis. And Andre Mr. Drummond.
All good names. Big motors. Now, here's Doncic. Jimmy Butler able to get his last shot to go. Paul against Doncic. And the pass to Robinson. No good from outside.
It's close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. They get it back. Out to Thompson for the 3, drills the 3-pointer.
Remarkable quickness on Klay Thompson's shot release, giving the defense no chance to contest.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Tyronn Lue for just a minute. They've had a tough time figuring out the Lakers this season, having lost both of the previous meetings. I asked Coach about what needed to change, and he said, we haven't matched their energy, not once. We can do it for a few minutes, but not for all 4 quarters. That's something we can't let happen tonight. So you can assume this will be an intense one from the get-go. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Nurkic. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And he banks in the layup.
That's pretty steady from Bridges. Does not let the contact throw him off one bit.
Paul passes to Harris. It's stolen by Davis. Robinson with it. Picked up by Thompson. Robinson against Thompson. Puts it up from 12. He can't get that one. And it's the Lakers the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most on the road. having to manufacture points.
Yeah, and watching that, all kinds of contributions and just little things that guys were doing to chip in for that win. Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Butler attacking over Robinson, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the foul against the Clippers.
It's just a tense guy who just wants to win. Butler forcing the action.
Lakers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. The first free throw is good. The league is moving to create an in-season tournament. Shaq, something that we've seen in soccer leagues overseas. Do you like that idea?
I like that Adam Silver in the league are moving forward thinking. I think players always say if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. So I think it's smart for the league to have the same approach. I just wish everybody well.
Yeah, and listen, ultimately, if they do make some changes, it's going to get some pushback, no doubt about it. But as Shaq said, when you start thinking forward, it's about those younger generations, because at some point, that's all they're going to know.
Now, here's Nurkic. Outside Robinson. Just outside. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Butler kicks the ball. Thompson looking for an opening. Over Robinson. And the Lakers with another miss.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Off target from the wing. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Fires the 3. And then again, the Lakers no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Paul against Doncic. Over Paul. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. Doncic has got 6 points. Ball against Doncic. And Davis sends it back.
At the defensive end, few big men can cover as much territory as Davis.
Here's Robinson. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the 3 ball is good. Thompson's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Lakers.
Many times you don't like that shot selection, but sometimes when you're just feeling it in transition, when no one's on you, great shot there.
Bridges shot. Good.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Anthony Davis.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Now, here's Valanciunas coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia.
And a bruising, fundamentally sound big man. Valanciunas is a throwback. More importantly, he's willing to play whatever role is asked of him.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
When you look at his numbers this season, he's had a respectable number, 77%.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Shaq, you had some fierce rivalries with other centers, and later you formed great friendships with some of those guys. Is that something you pursued, or did it just kind of come organically?
I saw Russell and Wilt become friends off the court. I felt I should do the same thing with Alonzo Mourning and Yao Ming. Me and Joe didn't really become friends until I got to know him. And I admit I was a hypocrite, because if you know Zoe, he had the mean look on his face. I thought he was a mean guy. And when he played together in Miami and won that championship, I realized he was a great guy. And Yao Ming, he was an awesome guy. It's just good that two different coaches could come together for one common cause. So it's good to have friends like that.
Yeah. Did Yao teach you any words, any Chinese, or did you come up with anything to say, good day, my friend?
For the first 3 years, I didn't speak to Yao. And then one time I hit him with a King Olajuwon move, and he's like, nice smooth big man. And I was like, yeah, you speak English? He's like, yeah, Shaq, you never talk. True story.
That's a great story.
True story.
That's a great story. No good for Valanciunas.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Doncic finds Davis. His first shot coming late. Rebound by Butler. The Lakers in the lead. And another basket for the Lakers.
Jimmy Butler is effective scoring on the inside, so it's going to give him some chances to open up on the perimeter, and right there took advantage.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through two or three iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Harry Nance's checked in for Harris. Wiggins comes in for Klay Thompson. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Chris Paul. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Markkanen's checked in. Doncic with the bucket.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Butler deciding where to go with it. The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Shaq, you stay very involved with the game, hang out with a lot of the players, talk to coaches, you go to many games. Name some personalities that you enjoy the most. Guys you like hanging around.
Well, I hang around with everybody, but a few guys shaped my mentality. The gentleman next to you, he doesn't know this, but I knew that when he was in college, he already had a T-shirt business, a real estate license. So I really learned the business from him. And it was D. Scott. D. Scott taught me that, just have fun and be silly. Lonzo taught me to be serious and be more focused. Hanging out with LeBron and Kobe. I'm just happy to have the ability to just be blessed to just meet so many people.
That's a varied list.
That is.
And a nice company.
It's an honor to be on that list.
Yes, I'm right. It's the first name on the list.
You ain't know I knew about the real estate. I bought a house and you overcharged me for the interest, but that's okay.
And the Lakers making a change here. Nick Dermott's checked in. Both free throws good from Doncic.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Now, here's Rubio. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And it's Wiggins missing. The Clippers in the lead. Doncic passes to Bridges. Gets it to Robinson. Right side Davis. Shoots over to Dermott. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by Robinson.
Oh, he looks like a little baby Klay Thompson out there. Beautiful form of the jumper. Davis has turned initial weakness into a huge strength.
And that one, good.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, the interesting part was they kept firing away in that game, but the defense didn't make much of an adjustment.
Markkanen can't get it to go. The Lakers shooting well off the usual numbers, around 29% so far. And Butler gets it to go.
Whoa, showing the range. Butler makes enough of these to keep the defense honest.
Doncic outside. And another three for the Clippers.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them in this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
And Shaq at LSU was clear right away that you were ready for the NBA. For guys in a similar position now, do you think they should be allowed to skip college altogether?
I don't think you can make a rule for just one type of player. It has to work for everybody. Plenty of one and dones, but you got to understand there's a lot of one and dones that 5 years into the league you never hear from them.
Yeah, and listen, the reality is that there is no one way to do anything, right? I think the fact that you have guys that have the opportunity to go overseas, if that's the path they want to choose, but for a lot of them, just like it was for you, Shaq, the college experience is something that you really can't substitute. And so, I'd like to see that option still remain viable.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard. Here are the top rebounders over the last month for Anthony Davis.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
The Clippers trail. Doncic, bounce pass. Here's Trent, covered by Wiggins. Good work there as it goes.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Such a huge advantage for Ricky Rubio to read plays before they happen.
Doncic kicks to Davis. Pass to Markkanen. Doncic outside. Passes it to Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. Front pass the arc. The Lakers with the rebound.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Thanks to Galloway's jacked in for Doncic. 1:37 left in the first quarter. Galloway finds Davis. Here's Markkanen. Pass to Galloway. 5 to shoot. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. In the game against Orlando, very impressive. The Lakers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit tricky out there.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level. And his tonight has been high.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And the reliability of Bogdanovich. His teammates know Bogey is good for that shot, so he gets the feed and sinks it.
And here's Rubio after Bojan Bogdanovich getting his shot to go from deep. Here's Butler. That one doesn't drop. Davis with some nice D. Butler's gone on 3 of 10 shooting so far, only 30%.
I love Bogdanovich's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
Now here's Wiggins. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The kick outside to Butler. Here's Rubio. And a miss there on the triple. Clippers leading by 4. And Davis now top of the key. Goes up on the high post, and no good on the last second attempt this time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the LA Clippers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're wondering whether players watch the standings, check it.
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs. Trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And Buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have. Start the second. They've got Markkanen. He's out there with Nurkic. And it's Trent in at the 2. Check something that may not get enough attention. Over nearly 2 decades of play, you made the postseason almost every year. To me, that's an incredible accomplishment.
Yeah, I was in the playoffs 17 out of 19 years. Only missed one my rookie year and one with the Suns. You know what that means? That was terrible. How could I miss any playoffs?
That is some kind of resume.
Why?
Lakers trail by 4. There's the steal. Galloway taking his time here. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Trent. Bangs on the trifecta. Trent's got the lead up to 7 out for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And the Lakers call here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Valanciunas is checked in for Nance. Harris comes in for McDermott. Klay Thompson is checked in for Butler. And it's Paul in for Ricky Rubio. Now, here's Thompson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
And so Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Leading by 5. Wiggins against Bogdanovich. Back to Nurkic. Outside Bogdanovich. Fires from deep. Thompson with the rebound. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Galloway. Tries again. Nurkic in the post. By Valanciunas. Trent passes to Galloway. Out of bounds, the Lakers will set possession. Now, while we've got a moment now to see this year's three-point contest and how it shaped up, let's take a look at some of the top candidates emerging as we see here some players who are likely to make the final cut.
Not too shabby of shooters on this list, Kevin. You gotta love the advancement and really the evolution of the three-point shot in today's game.
To take a look at Thompson, he's all the way up there at number 2 in the voting for the three-point contest. Fans and the media know that he's one of the premier long-distance shooters in the league today.
And Kevin, not to take anything away from the other facets of his game, but let's face it, that three-point shooting is what puts him on a whole nother level.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Doncic is checked in for the Clippers. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Bogdanovich. Over Wiggins. And the Clippers miss again. Shaq, something fans are always curious about. They see the huge contract that can put pressure on a young man suddenly being able to buy whatever he wants. So that's a pretty interesting topic.
Yeah, everyone's coming at you from every direction. I think some people assume that you have more money than you really do. Just want you to remember one word: FICA.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his third foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Outside Bogdanovich. He kicks it to Nurkic. Here's Trent. Knocks down the 3 ball. Trent's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open man on this team.
They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
Harris passes to Thompson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Bridges checks in. Here's Doncic. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Trent. He's covered by Thompson. Trent can't hit. Lakers have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. They get with it. Bridges covering. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
And this is encouraging. Wiggins looking committed to shooting and forcing the D to compromise.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Wiggins. Shank, you know the importance of great footwork. And I know that you have found some other guys that are standouts in that category right now in the league.
Well, Kyrie Irving, he has great ball handling. You know, that definitely requires great feet work.
Yes.
DeMar DeRozan, James Harden with that Euro step and that step back. You got to have excellent feet work to pull those moves off.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
The three for Doncic. And the Clippers miss again. Lakers trail by 6. Wiggins, right side. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Davis dishes to Doncic. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Out to the wing. 5 on the clock. Bridges inside the three-point line. Here's Davis, and Davis throws it down.
You know, he's such a graceful athlete who's willing to mix it up on the glass. And he's great at creating second chance opportunities.
Bounce pass from Paul. Here's Harris. And another basket for the Lakers.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Now here's Doncic. A 26-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Paul with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
And guys, in addition to that scoring, he was absolutely tenacious on the defensive end. A complete two-way game for him. Finished with 3 steals, I think, and that was a difference maker.
And the Clippers making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Ball kicks to Wiggins. Drains the three-pointer. Wiggins has got 9 points.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
Doncic passes to Trent. A 3 from Bogdanovich. And another 3 for the Clippers.
A great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 almost 60% for the game.
Ball against Doncic. Lost contact on the shot. And now a 3-point quick chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, Chris Paul is not afraid of getting hit, whether it's him initiating it or anticipating it. Plays through that contact well.
Robinson checked in for the Clippers.
They hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Doncic. He's got 13. Nurkic kicks to Robinson. The pass to Bridges. Pocket 6. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul. Pass to Bridges. Now, here is Robinson. Now, here's Bridges. Covered by Wiggins.
Yeah, another turnover there. But guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basketball.
And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Tuesday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Sacramento Kings.
And guys, this is the kind of stretch of the schedule that you dream of. Winnable games at home against opponents you know you have a talented advantage over. It would take a lot for this team to not be successful over the stretch.
And both free throws good for Wiggins.
You're having a lot of success from the line here in the second quarter.
Doncic passes to Bogdanovich. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Thompson outside. Passes to Wiggins. And the Lakers with another miss. Clippers leading by 5. In the corner, it's Robinson. Shoots the 3. But he stays with it. The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And that one falls for Robinson. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Nancy's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. McDermott comes in for Harris. Jimmy Butler's checked in for Klay Thompson. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Paul. Robinson hits them both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Bounce pass, Rubio. Robinson against Butler. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Lowry Markkinen.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department. And I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounds.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
Butler against Robinson. To stop the run. Butler, no good.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Bridges dishes to Nurkic. Back to Bridges. Shoots over Rubio. And there's Bridges on the assist by Nurkic. Bridges has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. Lakers have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Rubio finds Butler. Wiggins with it. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. McDermott passes to Butler. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Butler's got 11 points.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And the Clippers call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Anthony Davis is checked in for use of Nurkic. And now let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. The Clippers third, the Lakers in fifth.
Both teams really well served to be very aggressive attacking the rim because of how well they shoot the ball at the free throw line.
Davis dishes to Doncic. From deep. Rebounded by the Lakers. Wiggins has got his fourth rebound in this one. Up top, Rubio. Guarded by Doncic. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. No good with the triple.
They were chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
It's good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but it's important to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Always adding some levity to the mix. Shaquille O'Neal, thank you for stopping by. That headset is available for you whenever you want.
Kevin, I just want to say thank you very much. It's been great. Greg, you know I love you.
I love you too. I'm a big Aristotle.
I'm at a loss for words. I hate that.
No, that's okay, Shaq.
No, I just
it's all right.
I hate that I have to leave right now.
Give me a tissue. It's okay.
I don't want to go back upstairs with Ernie and Kenny.
Oh, yeah.
Stay here with you guys.
Give me a tissue.
Thanks.
You know, Greg, there are good players, and there are great players, and there are superstars. And then there's Shaq.
Yeah. I mean, he once said he'd like to be known as
The big Aristotle.
because Aristotle said excellence is not a singular act, it's a habit. You are what you repeatedly do. Well, Shaq's lived by that on and off the court.
And here is Doncic. After Jimmy Butler made that last three-pointer, here's Davis. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock, and Davis throws it down.
You think you have AD rooted out, but he can use his length and use his size and get another rebound.
4 seconds left. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
1 second left. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Coach. What's stop?
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show. And making a long walk back from the courtside broadcasting booth, the esteemed and somewhat winded Shaquille O'Neal.
Very funny. I'm not tired. I took the elevator.
Yeah, I was afraid of it.
Watch your mouth, kid.
All right, that was key. Give this man some mouth-to-mouth. Oh, not me. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong, I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. We got Thompson. Tobias Harris is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Chris Paul. And it's Butler at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. Lakers trail by 9. Paul finds Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And Chris Paul at his best right there on that kind of play. A legendary distributor who spots the open man.
Davis, the pass to Doncic. And here's Bridges. Pass to Nurkic. The shot misses. Nicely from Valanciunas. And so it's Paul with it. Bring it up for the Lakers. The shot. And there's another one for the Lakers.
Chris Paul is just so comfortable and so confident. He's got such a quick release, too, off the bounce on that pull-up jumper.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the put back stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Now here's Paul. He has 5. He dishes it to Thompson. Clock at 4. Over Robinson. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Doncic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time. And the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And he knocks down the first one.
Mikal Bridges is one of those guys who maybe is a jack of all trades and master of nothing, willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
He doesn't get the second one. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. And taken away by Paul. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. Butler from outside. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Butler's got 20 points.
This is just one of those nights where Jimmy Butler shows why he's a big-time player carrying the team.
Davis kicks to Robinson. There's a pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 5. A 3 from Davis. That one doesn't go. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
And I hope kids out there are watching the textbook form on Thompson's jumper.
So many things that you could check the boxes on in terms of the fundamentals of a great shooter. It starts at the base, it's great footwork, you square up, you got a quick release, and you got to follow through. It really is something to watch.
Here's Paul. Clippers able to drain the three. Pass to Thompson. And good. As it just snugs right down through the net.
Take a snapshot of that. That was picture perfect from Clay.
Ball against Doncic. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes gone. Robinson dishes to Bridges. Yes, that goes in. Bridges has got 13.
Mikel really showing a nice confidence in that shot right there as his shooting percentages are trending up.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikel Bridges. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Ball against Doncic to the inside. The kick outside to Butler. Shot clock at 6. Clippers leading by 8. Here's Bridges. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. He's got 15.
Bridges on the inside, just hitting the offensive glass. That's great hustle.
Thompson outside. Passes it to Butler. Lakers passing it around. Ball looking over the floor. Butler on the wing.
Plus 8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Bridges against Butler. On the wing, Doncic. That's the free fly. No good there. And the Lakers take it the other way. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
Inside. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Butler. Lakers trail by 7. Thompson passes to Paul. Davis against Harris. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
It feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Nurkic the pass to Davis. Bridges against Butler. Back to Davis. Now Bridges. 15 points in the game. It's good.
Yeah, so far, the defense has not learned much from the lessons Mikel is teaching them.
Ball outside. Pass to Thompson. Here's Valanciunas. He's guarded by Nurkic. Bridges against Butler. Good. Nice job down low. Butler's got 5 points now this quarter.
It's a great show of Butler's upper body strength right there as he plays through the contact.
And the Clippers call time here. And as the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Lakers. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Lowry Markkanen's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. The 15-footer. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Butler finds Rubio. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. It'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Harry Nance is checked in for Valanciunas. Here's Rubio. He's got 5. Butler kicks to Rubio. Thompson up top. 4 on the shot clock. three-point range, and the Lakers get it back. Second shot opportunity, and Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Doncic passes to Davis. Now here's Thompson. He's got 19. Here's Rubio. And Davis sends it back. And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. And some changes here for the Lakers. McDermott's checked in for Harris. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Klay Thompson. Here's Rubio. Dishes it to Butler. Just 5 to shoot. Can't cash in from close range.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
Now here's Bridges. 17 points in the game. And wrestling fourth there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Lakers have possession. And it's Rubio with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. 4-point game. Butler against Bridges. Shot. It's good from Butler. Butler's got 24 points.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this. Just grinding out defensive possessions, just helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Offensive rebound. Markkanen and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Nance.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
The Clippers shoot their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. That free throw good from Markkanen. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it where the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this, you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Timeout called the Lakers. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Lakers in 5th.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Bogdanovich against Butler. And trying to break loose. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Butler.
That is a tough 2 right there from Butler. Really his calling card. Rugged play and 100% effort.
And again, no good by the Clippers.
For some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Rubio dishes to McDermott. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Trent. Rebounded by McDermott. And it's the Lakers ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, he's using the force, but in the worst way possible right now. He just needs to dial it back and look to work the ball around the floor to his teammates.
Trent gets the bucket.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Butler against Bogdanovich. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 11 in the second half.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Bogdanovich. He's got 9.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And here's Rubio after Bojan Bogdanovich getting his shot to go from deep. Down low. It's stolen by Davis. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Bogdanovich, no luck. Lakers trail by 5. Wiggins kicks to Rubio. Back to Wiggins. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Andrew Wiggins, the kind of guy that people watch with a microscope, but he has cut down on inefficient shots, those long twos that started to take more threes, using his athletic ability when he gets on the inside to get to the foul line.
First free throw is good. And Wiggins looking more aggressive off the bounce. Brent getting into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, and his assists are climbing because of that. Also his turnover. So now what you want to do is slow down the game for Andrew Wiggins and show him on film where his outlets are and where his decision making can be that much better.
Valanciunas is checked in for Doug McDermott. He hits one and misses one each at the line. Shot on the way. Trent can't hit.
The shots like that drive coaches batty. I'd be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Wiggins finds Valanciunas. Wiggins outside. Let's go. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They've led by as many as 11 points. They host the Kings after this game, and that game will kick off a four-game homestand.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Rubio looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. And the Lakers with another miss.
I mean, I don't know. Does he look a couple steps slow today? He needs to shake that off and get into the zone and get on the scoreboard.
Now, here is Davis. He's got 8. The 19-foot shot. The shot missing.
This is why Davis is considered one of the best defenders in the league. His mere presence is good enough to alter those shots.
The third quarter comes to a close. Clippers ahead, up by 4. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. How about a look at today's State Farm assist to the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter, sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. You've got Yusuf Nurkic. Markkanen is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Galloway in at the 1. Ball right side. And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
And really, he played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's the only time he's turned it over so far.
Clippers leading by 4. Galloway, the pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Markkanen. Nance with some nice D. And it's Paul with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. Shots good by Butler.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for teammates.
Outside, Bogdanovich shoots it up. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
They're running. And taken away by Paul. And here we go. Butler hitting to the hoop. And Valanciunas kicks the Butler. Second chance up. Ready by Bogdanovich.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
The score now all even. Butler's at 17 now, just in the second half. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Galloway, the pass to Markkinen. Bogdanovich against Butler, and it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Oh, we're going to see an ejection here, guys. Oh, boy, that's his second flagrant one foul of the game, and that's going to do it.
And it's a much earlier end to this game for him than he would have wanted. He brought it on himself, though, Kevin. I mean, 2 fouls that were way too forced.
AJ, the official's not cutting him any slack on the second one, but that usually is the way it goes. You know, once you cross the line and commit the first flagrant, there's a zero tolerance policy. We all know that when it comes to the next one. Tobias Harris is checked in for the Lakers. Klay Thompson comes in for Jimmy Butler. No good on the free throw.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
Good on the second free throw.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Here's Galloway, defended by Paul, and taken away by Paul. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. The Clippers in the lead. Galloway, the pass to Markkinen. Here's Nurkic. And there's the pass to Galloway. 6 to shoot. Wiggins against Bogdanovich. Nurkic, great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, when Nurkic goes across the lane, they're hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Now here's Valanciunas. Harris, right side. Great D that time from Nurkic. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Here's Trent. Drains the jumper to finish the break.
And it's great to see Bogdanovich spreading the ball out. I mean, possesses good size, which allows him to see over defenders.
Here's Paul. That's tipped. Who's back up. And can't hit the shot, but they're saying he got back, so he'll head to the free throw line. It's going to go on Bogdanovich.
All the officials are all over that one.
First one, false one.
At this point in his career, Chris Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship. Will play whatever role it takes to get that mission done.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And so Paul nails both of them. Clippers leading by 3. Doncic outside. Trent passes to Markkinen. Nurkic with it. Guarded by Valanciunas. Doncic against Paul. Bogdanovich. That's for 2. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Thompson dishes to Paul. And stolen by Bogdanovich. From deep. Trent can't hit. The Lakers shooting 40% from the field. Feeds to Wiggins. Kicks it out to Paul to tie it up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Bogdanovich has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Markkinen. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got his 3rd assist on the night. Doncic against Paul. Count the basket. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
An undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Outside Bogdanovich. Shot from the wing. And finished off by Nurkic.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Here's Trent. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead, and so it's Paul bringing it up for the Lakers. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it round.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Thompson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, Klay Thompson is tall for a guard, so you want to utilize any advantage you have. That time height came into play.
First free throw is good. And the Lakers making a change here. Rubio's checked in. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Klay Thompson is really a guy you have to respect with how even-keeled he is out there on the floor. Never too high, never too low, and very much in control of his emotions.
Now, here's Doncic. Stolen by Thompson. Stolen by Markkanen. And the layup falls. Markkanen's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Harris. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
Well, Tobias just going strong that time.
Clippers leading by 5. Robinson passes to Nurkic. Outside, Markkanen. Up top, Doncic. Guarded by Harris. D2 from Robinson. The Lakers with the rebound. Valanciunas has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Rubio in the corner. Ball against Markkanen. It's deflected.
Well, more than capable as a defender. Bridges with a great job using his length.
And they get it back. Rubio from outside off the mark.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with 2-6.
Robinson passes to Nurkic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Clippers lead by 7. The Lakers shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%. Not playing with as much energy here lately. Thompson for the triple. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Thompson's got 15 points here in the second half. And here's Doncic from the arc. The shot. No good. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. Bridges against Rubio. Bridges kicks to Doncic. It's a very good looking convert.
And trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's the second 3 of the game. 1 in each half.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Harris. Bridges with the board. Clippers leading by 7. Doncic outside. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here is Paul. Passes it to Thompson. And a great assist by Paul. That one goes in. Thompson's got 27.
And until he cools off, I keep the ball in his hand.
Here's Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help. Their lack of communication on the back side.
Pass to Bridges. Finish off the break. And now an 8-point Clipper lead.
I'd like to see Mikal get out there on the fast break and see that open opportunity.
To the middle. Nurkic with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Robinson leading the charge.
Clearly a foul.
Shoot 2.
Free throw, no good. Andrew Wiggins is checked in for the Lakers. Anthony Davis is checked in for the Clippers. And the second free throw, good. Lakers trail by 9. Harris with it. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Doncic finds Nurkic. Count it.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Free throw, good. Nurkic.
Nurkic, another talented player from Europe, playing in Croatia before coming over to the NBA, and the international game continues to make an impact on how it's played here.
Harris' shot is good.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line, and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And here's Doncic after Tobias Harris getting his shot to go from deep. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense in anticipation there to stop it. Thompson inside. Robinson on him. Valanciunas with the ball. Bridges covering. And the 2 from Paul. Offensive rebound. And against the basket. Officials blowing the whistle. So a chance at the line for one more.
And how about the positioning on the glass there about Valanciunas? Just not afraid to throw that large body around.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Clippers. And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 6. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving in the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis. He talked with the team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Thank you, David. .39 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Robinson. The feet to Bogdanovich. Bridges passes to Bogdanovich. Now the dish to Davis. That one misses. Nice lead from Valanciunas. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Lakers. They trail by 6. Harris. 102 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Second chance shot, and Davis sends it back. And now here comes Robinson leading the break. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And not sure they got enough time to save himself.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5.
With the scoring ability that Tobias Harris has, he can look to be even more aggressive. All the skills to be a go-to guy.
And Harris drops them both.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
There's 39 seconds left in the game.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no. I know he can make it, but that's warm-up. So maybe just a step too far.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Here's Doncic. Bridges, no one around him. And again, no good by the Clippers. Timeout called the Lakers. They trail by 2. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Is what you're saying?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
So it's the Lakers now. A 2-point game. Here's Harris. Back the ball to take the lead. Misses the 3. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with AD. Hey, you guys seem locked in tonight. What was the key?
Somebody came out aggressive defensively and offensively, and against a team like that, you got to come out aggressive defensively first.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.